Hi, this video tonight is about if you are an energetic anchor. This is something that has been, I got a download about it in December. I'd actually gotten it before then, but I really got the download, and I did a voice message for the whole download. And typical of me, I rambled and rambled and rambled. And then also typical of me, I procrastinated for months to get this information out. And maybe I wasn't supposed to present it until I understood it more fully. So you're getting it now in crunch time. So being an energetic anchor, what that's about is that this is your true soul's purpose. It's been hidden from you, maybe you've always known it, I don't know. In my case, it came about slowly. I was already doing this type of work. I just didn't understand what I was doing. But in 2019, 2018, and even some of 2017, I really started to understand that I was doing something. But it was still coming. Forgive yourself for that. It's okay. An energetic earth anchor is someone who is an empath, for one, okay? You're an empath, you absorb the energies of others. This has probably tripped you up and given you problems your whole life. And then you've probably done the work, figured out how to manage it, doesn't give you so many problems anymore. And so now what I want you to do is take what you are, and we're going to use it, and I want this video to reach all the energetic earth anchors. We have a specific job to do, and that is to feed the inner earth grid. We are taking the negative emotions from the collective that we are processing as empaths. We're an anchor point on this grid, and you pull the emotions through you, and you've absorbed them, you pull them through you, and you put them into the earth, and you're going to ask the earth to take and transmute them into love and light and healing energy, so we may all rise up into unity consciousness and achieve the Ascension timeline. Those are my two intentions. Yours may differ, I doubt it. I think all of us anchors are going to be on the exact same page. And it's very critical. We want to achieve this Ascension timeline. We want to help the earth. We're energetically configured to do this work. What I want you to do is picture this earth grid. It's like the flower of life. If you know what that is, it's a geometrical pattern of interlocking circles. The first part of the pattern is called the seed of life, and then it grows into the flower of life. Anyway, you can look that up. You probably already know what it is. I visualize it within the earth. It's the higher dimensional earth grid below the surface of the earth. I think it used to be in the center of the earth. If you are an anchor, typically you may have grounded into the earth and visualized your roots, your energetic roots going into the center of the earth. We don't really do that anymore. It's risen, and it is rising, and we are going to feed it with energy. And this energy, again, like I said, it's going to be transmuted. We're taking super dark, negative energy, transmuting it with the help of the earth, which is like a giant alchemical ball, our mother, and it is going to feed this grid. That's what I call it, feed the grid. I kept hearing that in my meditations, feed the grid, feed the grid. I think it needs to be a t-shirt. Okay, so I took notes from my very long, rambling voice memo download that I got on December 8th of 2019. And when I got that download, my physical body was just shaking eventually of the energy that was pouring for me, and that was pretty cool. I like getting downloads, and I've gotten a ton lately. Little I'm going to do a lot of smaller videos of things about being an anchor and how you may be perceiving this world and what you can do, lots of topics. But tonight, I'm going to explain to you what an anchor is. I'm going to look at my notes. I need my old lady glasses. So you're anchoring in the 5D and above energy. The grid is 5D and above. So you're an anchor, and you're anchoring this higher energy into the earth because you've already gotten a bunch of upgrades, and you've changed energetically to where you receive the higher energies. Perhaps we've been receiving them our whole life, and that, being an empath is never easy, but you are like a little antenna that can receive these energies, and a lot of people can't. So it's our job to be that antenna, anchored into the earth, just like if you were a tree and you had roots. We are very similar to trees, and I would guarantee you, if you're an anchor, you love trees, you're into trees, you've always been into trees. Another thing that you might do as an empath and an anchor, you are a mirror to other people. You mirror their energy back to them, which can be very uncomfortable for them, and it can be uncomfortable for you because you get a lot of bad reactions from some people. You trigger people, and hey, it is what it is. That's one thing Spirit pointed out in my very long download. Okay, I'm going to skip that part for a second. So your frequency is higher, you've awakened, and you can receive these higher frequencies. Okay, so we're going to get into a really important part. We're just going to address it head on. As an anchor, think about what an anchor is. It's really heavy, and it's a bad thing. Oh gosh, we've gained weight, a lot of weight. I have gained 20 pounds in the past 2 years, and I'm not happy about that at all. Anyway, our weight gain, our bodies are scared. The frequency has changed so much that our body is frightened. It does not know what's going on. Our inner child may be involved in that too, being kind of frightened about what's happening to this 3D body. As an anchor, you're going to want to do a lot of inner child work. I'll make a separate video of that, but basically you get really in tune with your inner child. As an anchor, you probably already are, but things that you can do to help your inner child is to really connect to it. And for example, you can't decide what to have for dinner, or you're just feeling like, I don't even know what I want. Take that opportunity to ask your inner child, what do you want? It might be some favorite foods from childhood, macaroni and cheese, who knows, and I want to watch a Harry Potter movie, Star Wars, something like that. And you feed your inner child that way, and it grows to trust you. That's really good. At home inner child stuff. You also ask, what do you want to do? Do you want to go ride your bike? Do you want to hike? Go swimming? Those kind of things. Really feed the inner child. You'll want to do some of that work. But let's get back to the weight gain. So your body's frightened, and this was what I was told over and over. I really didn't understand my weight loss. I didn't change anything. In my diet, I walk miles and miles every day. And the pounds just kept packing on. And so what you're gonna wanna do, and I didn't do this, I was walking a lot, I was doing some yoga. I just wouldn't do the weight training. And I kept hearing some spiritual teachers that I listen to telling us all the time in their podcast, you have to get strong, really, really, really strong, and work out. And these are all guys that mostly that I listen to that promote that type of thinking, and I just didn't do it. I hate going to the gym. I'm an introvert. I don't even know what you do in a gym, and that just freaks me out. So I ended up buying a wall anchor system that I found these like physical therapists online, Bob and Brad on YouTube. They're physical therapists. They sell this wall anchor system. It's about $50. There's 3 of them, and you clip in these resistance bands, and you can do all kinds of resistance training with it. That's what I'm doing now. But let me tell you first what happened to me. I knew that I needed to be strength training, and it's just not my style. I can walk and hike forever and ever and do other forms of exercise, but I don't know why I wouldn't do it. But and then after being warned over and over, I can go back in all my journals and it'll say, gotta weight train, strength train for years now. And I didn't do it. I did not listen. And then in early March, right the week before the whole self-isolation COVID-19 thing happened, I got in a really bad car accident. I was going to go vote. It was a voting night here in Alabama. I was driving to go vote after work, and I was just driving down the street downtown, and I stopped at a stoplight. And then to make matters worse, I'm at the stoplight. There's one car in front of me. I start to reach in my pocket. So I was in that position, and then I felt like the world erupted around me, and I didn't know what was happening. And it just felt like time stopped. And I'm trying to figure out what this grinding and crunching and crashing is. And then by the time I understand that someone has hit me full speed from behind, I realize that my car is going forward, and I crash into the car in front of me. And because I was in, I don't know, it has seriously injured me. And the thing that's come out of that injury, that back injury, that low back injury and neck injury, is that I'm 55, just turned 55. I was 54 then. If I didn't strength train now, I'd be walking around like a 95-year-old woman, pretty much just out of commission. I couldn't put on my pants. You know, I could barely walk around. I couldn't get comfortable to sleep. Life was miserable. So Spirit pushed me into the strength training. It's the only thing that I can do that's going to strengthen my body so that I can heal properly and have the strength to go on without just being debilitated for the rest of my life. So that's what you get for not listening. And I'm doing my physical therapy every day, and I'm just now really starting to do my strength training because I've been healing from the back injury. And I've finally kind of gotten the go-ahead that I can use the resistance band. I'm still very careful in everything I do. When I do the strength training, I engage my core and protect it. I'm terrified of hurting myself more. And so, anyway, that's a very long-winded, typical story of me, but I just wanted to tell you that that's how important it is. Spirit gave me 1,000,000 chances. And I already had the anchor system, I just wasn't using it. I had the bands, everything. But I'd rather do yoga, the 5 Tibetans and that kind of stuff. But now I'm getting serious about my muscles. And you know, the good thing about strength training, it reverses the aging process. But what it's gonna do is turn your, it's gonna build up your muscle. They're gonna process this harsh, heavy, fast, high frequency energy that we're receiving now much, much better than fat. And we have to do it. and it's got just absolute wonderful benefits for us. So my recommendation is resistance band training. But if you're younger and in shape, definitely do the weights and all that kind of good stuff. But that's what I'm doing. I'll probably do a video and show y'all my wall anchor system. It's very dark in my place right now, so I'll skip that. Let's see what I have notes from my download. We covered that inner child work. Okay, you can take Epsom salt baths as much as possible. I do them all the time. One, because, even before I was injured, I was doing Epsom salt baths a lot. That's gonna help you ground your energy, but you're gonna do that anyway if you're doing this process. So ground and clear your energy daily. That's gonna be necessary. Realize that you are an empath. Have an intuitive diet. I'm not going to get that much into diet. We all know how to have a healthy diet. I'm not that worried about it, but what I do want to say is no matter what you're eating or drinking, bless your food. You are an energetic anchor, and you need to bless everything that you eat. It's super easy to do. Okay. All right, but I was talking about having an intuitive diet. You'll get a feeling for what you need to be eating. Just don't be too harsh on yourself. Bless your food when you can, or always. I raised my right hand, just say I had water, plate of food. Raise your right hand and ask your highest self on your light side. You don't have to do this, just in a clockwise motion, just say bless this food and raise it to its highest vibration. Do that with everything. It cannot hurt. They wanted me to mention when I got this download, it was pretty insistent because I was trying to do this. They mentioned the ketogenic diet, keto. They were like, oh, hell no. It seemed like they were thinking, my guides were thinking that the keto diet has a little bit of an agenda behind it that is not a good agenda. Think about it. We know that animal flesh probably has a lot of fear in it, and it's vibrationally pretty slow. I still eat meat, but first thing you want to do, give up pork and beef if you can. If you eat it on occasion, but it's very low vibe. But think about what the people on keto are doing. They are eating mostly meat. I love the idea of the good fats and avocados and that kind of stuff, but in this day and age, a whole diet, like eat meat, eat meat, eat meat, I think it was designed to lower our vibration and keep us in fear. I won't go into the big wigs in that movement and the weird things I've seen about them, but anyway, just a suggestion about maybe not keto. Fluoride, get it out of your diet. Drink, just get a water purifier pitcher or on your sink, whatever, and don't use fluoride in your toothpaste. There's some that don't have it in. Just start using toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride in it. That'll help with your connection. The weight gain, again, what I got is, and this is really weird, it's a big thing though, is empaths and anchors. We've raised our vibration, and we are manifesting already. And Spirit has lovingly sort of contained it within us. And so you've gained weight and you're very sad about it, and 90% of your thoughts every day are negative about yourself and your weight gain. I mean, you may not be actively saying that you hate yourself, but I mean, I know I have. It's really made me examine my low self-esteem and like, why am I feeling so bad about this weight gain? It's 20 pounds, that's a lot. And I just kept going down with it and looking, and I feel unlovable at this weight, especially with this big fat gut, and it just looks terrible in clothes, and it makes me feel sluggish and gross, and it really pushed me to really look at this self-esteem and that I wasn't loving myself and being accepting. So I'm really working on that now, and I suggest you do that too. But we were spared some of the manifestation problems by containing it within us, and it also took us down into looking at self-love. Self-love is crucial for everything, and it is forcing us to have self-love. So that was a weird thing that Spirit pointed out, and I realized that I'm so critical of myself. Even my daughter was like, Mom, please give yourself a break. And I was being really hard on myself for all this weight gain. So I'm being much more compassionate and loving, and I'm working on it. It is a daily struggle, but I work to still love myself and feel lovable at this weight that I am right now. So that's about it for the weight gain. Strength training is going to speed up your metabolism, reverse the aging process, allow you to transmit and transform these higher frequencies. And I think if we get much more muscular, it'll put us in a better position to where our metabolism will kick back in and we will lose the weight. So that's it for if you are an energetic anchor, and the first part of this video series that I'm going to do, talking just to anchors. And if you know an anchor, share, or somebody that you think is one, share this video with them. I'm going to do a whole series of things. I've video and a voice memo recorded, many different ones, and I'll be, I guess, recording them. The next one is as an anchor. They wanted me to mention that you are a timekeeper for your bloodline. And also another video that I'm going to do is about visualization. And as anchors, we are architects, and we are creating this new reality. But I mean, that's going to come a little bit later, but I want you to work on your visualization skills, because in your work, in the work we're going to do together, we're going to start to visualize what this new earth is, and it's really going to help propel this higher dimensional world, 5D and above, and the Ascension timeline. But apparently a great number of anchors, and probably some other people, are going to be architects for this new place, and you do it by visualization. I haven't gotten a download on that. They just gave me the title. Anyway, have a great night. I hope this helped. Thanks for being patient with me, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.